What's up, everybody? This is Coach MJ, and this is my amazing co-host,
Nurse Mia.
Welcome to Tofu Made Tasty, unlocking flavor and texture secrets. So, if you don't already recognize us, we are the founders of the amazing Plant-Based Lifestyle 101 brand. We are on a mission to educate, motivate, and coach the masses to adopt a plant-based lifestyle in order to reverse chronic illnesses and diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease,
hypertension,
yes, all the things. And so one of the things about going plant-based is that people are often concerned about where to get their protein. And one of the greatest sources of protein is tofu. Plant-based protein is tofu. But a lot of people don't know how to do tofu the right way. So we are doing a cooking demonstration today here in my kitchen. We are going to be showing you how to make tofu flavorful, how to make it tasty, etc. Now, tofu has 9 grams of protein in just 1/5 of this package. So I'm going to show you how to open this package, get it processed, get it seasoned, and ready to be cooked and eaten. I'm going to be showing you 3 different ones. This is my co-host. I'm going to be doing most of the talking because she's doing all the legwork, okay? We are going to be doing a tofu scramble, which is a great breakfast food. We're going to be doing some cubed tofu that will take the place of where you would use like cubed or sliced chicken. And then we're going to be doing an Asian flavored tofu bar. A lot of what we have to do today is already prepped. And we're not going to be using a lot of super specific to the letter recipes because I'm like Tabitha Brown. I cook from the spirit, but I'm going to try to give you some little amounts or what have you to help you on your way. If you are watching us live or even if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and put in the chat where you're from and where you are on your eating journey. Now, Mia, will you hand me that plate of all the amazing things that are going in my tofu scramble? So if you can think about an omelet and all the amazing things that go into an omelet. We've got red, orange, and yellow peppers, red, orange, yellow, and green peppers. We've got white onions, and we've got mushrooms. So my co-host is going to take the olive oil. Show you the olive oil. We don't have one of those fancy setups with the cameras all over the place. Take the olive oil, put about a tablespoon or 2 in there, and then you need those. You're going to be putting those, everything but the mushrooms. She's going to be getting the veggies going for the tofu scramble. The first real issue with tofu that I see people making a mistake of is that they don't season your tofu. You cannot You cannot take tofu straight. I've seen this in restaurants. You cannot take tofu straight out of the package and eat it the way it is. It does not have a flavor. Tofu is a soybean product. It has been processed and it is stored in water and a little bit of preservative. So all of it. Yeah, put it all in there. So bottom line is when you start with the tofu, you're just going to cut it open. So you just cut. I like to cut 3 sides of the package. I'm making a mess here. And then there's going to be water that comes out. Like I said, we don't have a fancy setup here, so we're just pouring water out, okay? That's how you do that. And you pour the water out. But see, it's been sitting in water for however long it took it before you bought it. So it's full of water. I'm going to show you what it looks like coming out of the package. This is what tofu looks like coming out of the package. It's a soft product, but it's full of water. You have to get all of that water out of the tofu before you can season it. So I'm going to take my tofu and my handy dandy knife. While that's going, Mia, can you bring our our fancy camera setup down? So you just take your tofu. I usually cut mine into 5 or 6 slices. And that's it. It's that easy. Tofu is super soft, but you can look at it. It's white. I mean, it don't have any flavor. So what I do, I have these dedicated tea towels, these dish towels that I use to drain my tofu. I don't do anything else with these towels except drain tofu. I don't wash dishes with them. I don't do anything else. So I just lay them on there, these little wet bars of tofu, processed soybean stuff. And I put them there. I put another one on top, another couple on top. Again, this is how you press your tofu. I have seen people in restaurants literally take tofu out and put a little seasoning on the outside and serve it to people. That is an atrocity. Put a baking sheet on. Okay, I'm going to move this up. Put a baking sheet on it and stir those around so that you can distribute the weight. And you can put something heavy on top. I usually put my water filter because it's always right here. You can use a heavy pot and it's just sitting on there. I'll show you my little setup. There's my little tofu pressing setup. And I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. It actually doesn't take that long. Some people only do 10 or 15 minutes. I'm extra, so I do it for 20 minutes. How those coming, Mia?
Pretty good.
Let me show you the pan.
Are we gonna season?
Well, we're going to see what?
Are we going to season them or we wait?
Remember, we weren't supposed to put the mushrooms. That's why they were in separate cups. My sous chef about to get fired. I literally. The reason why I like to leave the mushrooms out is because they have a lot of water in them and they can waterlog what you're sauteing. But anyway, we're going to go ahead without that. Take about a teaspoon of that and put those minced garlic in there. Okay, while our tofu is pressing, that's the most important part. Well, it's not the most important. That's the second most important part is you press all the water out. The second most important part is that you're going to season and marinate. So for all my meat eaters out there, comment in the chat if you would ever just take a thing of chicken, rinse the blood off of the package, and then just put it in the oven or put it on the stove. Of course not. That's nasty. And if you do that, you're nasty. Of course, you're going to season it. And for my real cooks, you're going to marinate, right? You're going to marinate for sometimes a few hours, overnight. Tofu is no different. So right here, I've got our cubed tofu. This is a chicken flavored or vegan chicken flavored marinade that I created. Turn the stove up a little bit because now we got the mushrooms. Maybe not that much, just to the halfway mark. Yep. So this is a chicken flavored marinade that I have made. It has better than bouillon, no chicken base. So this is a vegetarian or vegan product. Better than chicken. Now, I haven't seen this in my local grocery store. They have a lot of this brand. All of their products are not vegan. Most of them are not. I usually buy this one online. Better than bouillon, no chicken base. I also have olive oil in my marinade, in this marinade here. I put garlic powder, right? Just regular garlic powder. And I use turmeric. Why did I use turmeric? I like the taste of turmeric. Turmeric is anti-inflammatory as well. And I just like the way it makes things look even yellower than they already are. So those are the 4 ingredients in my no chicken marinade that my tofu has been in. Normally, I would leave my tofu marinating overnight. Sometimes I forget it's in there. It could be a day or two. But an hour is enough. You want the flavor to go all the way through the tofu. Remember how it was white? This tofu's not white anymore. Can you get cornstarch down from there? It's that little jar right there. Go up. Yes. Let's say cornstarch on top. Then it's the next one. Okay. Cornstarch is the secret ingredient that once you have marinated your products or your tofu, then you want to shake it around there. That's where the crispiness is going to come from. The next marinade that I created in that bottom right-hand cabinet, there's a stack of 4 bowls. Can you get the innermost red one and its lid? It's a little red one in the middle. This is my Asian-inspired tofu. This one has a lot more in it. I use Bragg liquid aminos. You can also use soy sauce for that, or you can use, if you don't like soy sauce or liquid aminos, which has soy in it, Bragg has a coconut liquid amino that does not have soy in it. But either way, soy sauce or Bragg liquid aminos or coconut aminos. There's also about a tablespoon of rice vinegar. There's also pure maple syrup. This is all in my Asian marinade. The reason I'm not showing you the marinade is because I think you know how to mix stuff together, right? It's not that you don't cook, you just are learning how to flavor your tofu. Pure sesame oil. We also put minced garlic. Where'd it go? Where's my minced garlic? My minced garlic. I use jarred minced garlic. Every once in a while, I'll have some fresh garlic, but I'm not that bougie, so I don't have to have minced garlic to be fresh. Now, my ginger, I do depend on this stir-in paste. Aldi sells it. All your major grocery stores will sell it, simply because sometimes I don't use my ginger fast enough and it goes bad on me. You can keep this in the refrigerator a lot longer. So if you don't have fresh ginger, use the ginger paste. Back to the garlic, they also have a stir-in garlic paste in case you don't have the jar of minced garlic. Is that sticking over there?
No, it's fine.
Okay. And then it calls for a neutral flavored oil. So like canola oil or avocado oil. So a couple of, maybe a tablespoon of the sesame oil, tablespoon of the avocado oil, about a tablespoon of each thing, of each ingredient. That's what you need. That's this marinade right here. You can't really see the marinade because why? It's inside the tofu. Nobody's eating bland tofu. Nobody. Where's the lid? And get the yellow bowl and its lid. Now, the third one that we have today, and we're about to burn it.
No,
Make sure everything stays in
it's
the pan.
not.
Okay. All right. The third one we're making, so we've got our chicken cubes, chicken flavor cube. We got our Asian inspired marinade. And then I did a scramble. This is a tofu scramble. And I'm going to show you how to take a regular block of tofu and get it to this point. But this one, you don't have to marinate per se because you've broken apart all of the tofu so the flavors can easily go all over it, right? I love a breakfast scramble. That's what the veggies are for, the veggies and the mushrooms that went in too early. But in my breakfast scramble, in my tofu scramble, I've got some olive oil, nutritional yeast. Where's my nutritional yeast? Up in that cabinet, far left. I knew there was some stuff I didn't get out. Nutritional yeast, what I love about it is yellow in flavor. It is a way to add a cheesy flavor to anything. You can put this on popcorn. You can put this in, I make a lot of vegan cheese sauces, things of that nature. Nutritional yeast is a powerhouse and it has a high protein content in and of itself. I always use it in my tofu scramble, my breakfast scramble. I also have some salt. I have some turmeric because if I'm replacing scrambled eggs, and scrambled eggs are often yellow in color, I want to use turmeric, not only for the anti-inflammatories and its taste, but also so that you can go ahead and put that in there. Is it already kind of cooking down?
Yeah.
Okay. Garlic powder. And then I'm going to give a shout out to a friend of mine, the amazing Cynthia Chia Payan. I hope I didn't butcher the pronunciation of your name. She has a line of seasonings called Afcave, AFCAVE. This is her Afcave quarantine curry powder. I have that inside of my tofu scramble as well. You can turn down the stove a little bit. You did. And put a little non-dairy milk if you want to, if you need a little bit of liquid.
Okay.
That's in there. And then I have red and green hatch chilies, little smoked paprika, whatever you would put in an omelet. For my people that know how to season food, you do the same thing to tofu. Tofu does not have even as much flavor as plain chicken. As bland as plain chicken is, it has even less than that, right? It has no flavor. So just treat it like you would the food that you flavor. Now, we're going to go ahead and get our blocks of tofu. I'm going to actually, can you hand me you can let it go for a second. Up there, a bowl. I need a bowl from a cereal bowl then. Because what I want to do, I want to gather the marinade that's still in here and use it. Yes, that's fine. Give me another one and put it right there. So I'm just going to drain my marinade off of there. I guess it's not that much in there because I want to shake these tofu cubes in corn starch. I still don't have the lid. Oh, there it is. Okay. Cornstarch. Cornstarch is what's going to make them crispy on the outside, which is what you want. Going back to the chicken flavor marinade, I think I forgot to mention there's a half a cup of water in there. So going back over the ingredients for my chicken flavor tofu scramble, or my tofu, chicken flavored tofu marinade. I can't even talk. The better than bouillon, no chicken paste. A base, the water, the olive oil, the garlic, the turmeric. That's all I have here. And I'm going to take my cornstarch. Again, we're cooking from the spirit today. I'm just going to shake. That's probably about 3 tablespoons. Don't measure it. It might be 2. It's just in there. Maybe I put a little bit more. And then my sous chef here is going to shake it, shake it, shake it.
You want to show them what's going on over there?
Yes. Now you show them. She's going to show you what's going on with the tofu scramble. Listen, get into it. And really, once you have put the tofu, and tofu doesn't need to be cooked. So once you have put the tofu in there and the vegetables are cooked down, that's done. Like, who hungry? Who's starving? Not me. So now she's going to shake. I'm going to shake just to kind of distribute the cornstarch. And then she's going to dump it in the air fryer and turn the time all the way back up to 20. So that is that. So our tofu cubes, I use them you can use them in stir fries. You can use them, I've used them in soup. If I want to make a vegan chicken soup, just dump them in there, spread them around and shove it back. Okay. She don't want me to tell her what to do.
Because I know
She ain't got no air fryer. You don't have no. Oh, okay. You got an air fryer.
Yeah.
Okay. I use them in my chicken pot pie. I make a vegan chicken pot pie, which is fire. I put those cubes in there. I use it in soup. Anywhere where you would want chicken, but do not use plain tofu. I tell you that over and over because a lot of people are turned off from tofu because they got it from some barbarian that was serving plain tofu. And so that's why they're turned off from it. Tofu is amazing. It doesn't have a flavor. It tastes like whatever you make it taste like. I keep saying that over and over because I don't want tofu to get any more of a bad name. Whatever you like in your omelet needs to go into your scramble, and don't just put a little bit. Why are you scared of seasoning? You know, I saw a video on Facebook the other day. It showed some parade where somebody was raining something down, something was shining down. They're like, this is how Black people are with spices. Not all of y'all. Can I get a paper towel? Not all of y'all season your food well enough. So we're encouraging you. Just keep shaking. The worst that can happen. Now, don't do that with salt. Do it with all the other seasonings. One of my favorite seasonings to use is, oh, here it is. This is one of my favorites. This is Trader Joe's Sofritos seasoning blend. It's pretty much a lot of dehydrated vegetables, but it got some spices in it as well. Just shake this in something. If you're ever not sure how to season something, just use a seasoning blend that's already got the seasonings together. That's a great way to segue into how to cook. If you don't know how to put the spices together yourself, just use a seasoning blend that's already been done. Let's get that ready. Let's put our tofu blocks in. I guess I should have already had them in there. Let's go ahead and put them in there. Is there any? Yeah, let's just dump that. We're ready to get our tofu blocks in the oven. Just gonna shake them a little bit. All right. And again, the reason why we're using cornstarch is so that it can be crisp on the outside. Throw this away. So the tofu blocks, once you have seasoned them, you can use them in place of, yeah, that's good. Put the 3 of them there and let's get it on in the oven. So we got 3 things going. And we've got 7 minutes left on remember we're pressing tofu. Did you forget we already pressed some tofu at the beginning? The tofu probably only needs 10 to 15 minutes, right? So I'm doing a little bit of overkill here with pressing it for this long. And our tofu cubes, they probably don't need as much time as 20 minutes. I usually like mine to be nice and crisp on the outside. But we put those in the oven on a parchment paper, on a baking sheet. Needs to go on the bottom shelf or the middle shelf. Okay, so those are going. So let's see. We're going to go back to the tofu that we were pressing. Because you can cancel that timer. Now, my dish towels are wet. My dish towels are wet because the pressure of having that heavy water filter has pressed all the tofu out. Now, the pressed tofu looks a lot like it did when it wasn't pressed. But I'm gonna need that silver bowl. But it's not dry, but it's just moist to the touch. But I could leave it on there longer and press out more of the tofu. I'm going to check and see if we have any questions or if anybody has said anything. I don't know if anybody's on here watching. but I'm using a new streaming platform and I don't know how to get to the chat. But anyway, if you said something, I may you see something. Oh, right. You click the button that says chat. Okay, you can X out of that. Okay, so remember when we're done with this, if you want to do tofu slabs like we did the Asian one, you could just leave them like this. Some people just eat these and carve them up. I've seen people flavor these to taste like steak, to taste like whatever. This bar pretty much this is your 9 or 10 grams of protein, 1/5 of a block of tofu in the package. So a little bit more than this. That's your protein out from your meat that you would have with meat, but it's in that in tofu form. You're going to take the camera. I'm going to show them how I get this. So we got some slabs. I'm not going to leave anymore. I'm not a big slab person. So I'm going to show you how we do our tofu mash and our cubes. Okay. So all you do to get tofu cubes is as simple as, if I want them to be little, I can do long ways twice. Sometimes I make my cubes bigger. It's up to you. And I can do 5 cuts here. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. In a lot of ways, this is easy. It's definitely as easy to prepare as what you may already be doing for protein. It's definitely more sanitary. You're not having to deal with, is there salmonella on the cutting board? Is there this? Is there that? So that's your tofu cubes that you're going to marinate, or at the least you're going to season. But I would suggest that you always marinate your tofu unless you're going to scramble it like I'm about to show you, because you want those flavors to get all throughout the tofu. So those are some cubes. I'll probably flavor these differently than the ones that are already in there cooking. To make a scramble, this is as easy as it is. Sometimes I will go ahead and put the seasoning on it before, kind of cooking from the spirit. I'll put the seasoning on before I mash it so I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Always going to, I'm going to use avocado oil this time. Just a little oil just to give it a little, well, that's probably more than a little. But let's see. For this one, I think I'm going to get, you know what, I'm going to use this raspberry chipotle. This is some seasoning I got from somewhere. It was on clearance at the store. It's a good one for beef, pork, poultry. Actually, I'm going to use this on my cubes so I can have like beef cubes. I'm going to use, I don't know. I'm going to use umami seasoning. Umami seasoning is a mushroom-based seasoning. I'm going to use that inside of, you're going to let the people see? But they know what I'm doing. Her arms must be tired. She don't want to do it. You want to mash this and I hold it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you season it first, and you can't do it wrong, unless you're using a lot of salt. That's not good for you. But you can't do it wrong. Put the seasoning in and taste it. Tofu is something that you can eat raw. So, I mean, like in that state right there, I mean, it's not going to hurt you. It's not good, but it's not going to kill you to taste it after you have seasoned it. So all she's doing is mashing it like you would mash potatoes or anything like that. And that's going to be pushing the flavors throughout it as you go. And one thing I'm going to do now is take this little bit of marinade that I saved from the chicken. Just a little bit you can't really see it. A little bit was left. Just to give it a little bit of moisture. We press the water out. It's not all out, but it's a little drier than it was. You can always add milk, plant-based milk, or water to your tofu if you want to rehydrate it with flavor. You can also use vegetable broth. Is a great way to get your seasonings in there. But like I said, any marinade that you buy at the store, any bottled marinade, you can use that. So that's as easy as that. That's all it is. Now for me, I don't know why, but I always like my tofu to be yellow in color. I don't know why. My tofu, I want it to be yellow in color. So I'm actually going to so I add some more turmeric. That's the flavoring and the texture and all that. But turmeric is going to give you nutritional value as well as that beautiful yellow color that lots of foods have, like eggs. So I will probably, you know what, go on and dump that in there. She's gonna go ahead and dump that
in here.
Yeah, I just wanted y'all to see how it's just press the water out. You could mash the whole tofu block. I've done that before. I like tofu scrambles. That's a popular dish. It's a great source of protein. These cubes I just made and showed y'all. I'm gonna actually, I'm going to make, using this raspberry chipotle, I'm gonna make a little marinade out of that. I'm not gonna do that on camera just for the sake of time. Let's see how they don't like it. Where's my spatula? I might have put too much cornstarch on my, oh yeah. I'm just stirring around my tofu cubes. They're gonna need more time because there's so much. Oops.
They're getting there though.
Yeah, they're cooking. They're not. They have another 10 minutes, and so I should have started them earlier. We might not be able to see them, but what I'll do, if they're still cooking after we have gone from this live stream, which they probably will be, we will post pictures of the final product. I see this is on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on Facebook because I think it's going to take more time than what we have here today. But the bottom line is tofu has to be seasoned, preferably marinated if you want solid cubes or slabs for you to eat inside of other dishes or just plain. Do not take tofu straight out of a package like this and try to shake a little something on the outside and think it's not going to be nasty, because it is. And again, I will be able to show you this final. Do you want to taste some of this, Mia?
Yeah.
She's here for the tasting. This is the tofu scramble. She's here for the taste. She said she cooked that. She did. So, but the tofu cubes end up matter of fact, I have a picture of the last time I made tofu cubes. Yeah, go ahead. She's gonna get some of this and show it to you. Hold what? Oh. I know. We got this bootleg set up. Okay, here we go. You want to put some hot sauce on it?
I do. Actually,
Okay.
You don't ask me that.
Talk to the people. You're not gonna talk to the people while I'm off the camera. Okay. You don't want to talk. You gotta talk to the people. Okay.
This is our tofu scramble
A little hot sauce.
that I'm gonna be trying. Looks delicious.
She's gonna put hot sauce on it because that's. Oh, really? I don't even know if it's hot sauce. I'm not a big hot sauce person.
Okay.
So let's see what she says.
Pretty much.
The ones in the oven are coming along. I will pull them out for a second just so you can see them. Step over there, Mia, so I can. I'm going to pull these out just so you can see the progress, because they're still going to be cooking after we have ended this live. But already they are starting to brown. Okay. They're in the oven. They're in the oven on 400 degrees. And then, like I said, the tofu cubes are going to be they're going to be browned around the edges and just kind of spongy and delicious and full of flavor. So, is that it, Mia? Did we show them everything?
It's giving.
She said it's giving delicious. It's giving plant-based. It's giving who's protein deficient. It's giving who's eating bland tofu. No, nobody over here. Okay, so just understand that you can adopt a plant-based diet. You can go plant-based. There are options available. You just have to know how to do them. And in this case, you need to do to this product the same thing you do to maybe some of the meat products like chicken and turkey. You're going to marinate. You're going to season. You're not going to eat it bland, but it's not hard to manage. Tofu is very harmless. That's a little cube of tofu. See how innocent and
harmless.
Look at the baby, a little harmless baby. It don't want to hurt you. It just wants to give you nourishment. But you got to give it something first. You got to give it some flavor. Nobody's eating plain tofu.
Well, they are, but not
Well,
here.
they are, but not here. So that's going to do it for us. Again, like I said, because our tofu cubes are still cooking, they have another 7 minutes, and we're about to jump off of here. I'll make sure that we post, at least on our Facebook page for sure, and maybe or let's just say on our Facebook page, that some pictures of what the final product is going to end up looking like. Follow us on all platforms, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at Plant-Based Lifestyle 101. Go to our website, visit our website at plantbasedlifestyle101.net. We have an amazing 74-page ultimate plant-based planner that is everything you need to kickstart or elevate your plant-based journey. We've got shopping lists, we've got recipes, we've got shopping list recipes. What's the other one? Oh, meal plans. So you can know what to eat for all of your meals every day of the week. All of that's in there. There's some stuff about your mindset and how to deal with traveling and dining out and talking to people in your life who may not agree or understand your desire to eat differently. All of that is in the plant-based lifestyle, or in the all of that is in the plant-based planner. Let me get the QR code. Is in the upper, our left, probably, maybe it's your left too, upper left-hand corner, the QR code to get to our ultimate plant-based planner. It is an amazing resource. Also, we have the Plant-Based Pros Collective membership. Check those cubes if they see if they starting to brown, please. The Plant-Based Pros Collective is a membership that's monthly, so there's no long-term obligation, but you're going to get your support there. You're going to get your community there, more recipes, more meal plans, more shopping lists, more of all the things. And we do live Q&As in there as well, in case you have a specific question about going plant-based or sustaining yourself on a plant-based diet. And so let me get you that QR code. Is in the upper left-hand corner now as well. Plant-Based Lifestyle 101.net/membership is where you can join our membership. And then at Plant-Based Lifestyle 101.net/planner is where you can get that 74-page ultimate plant-based planner. Did I forget anything?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's going to do it for us. Again, I'm Coach MJ. This is my amazing daughter and business partner, Nurse Mia, and we are signing out. Let us know in the comments what your experience is with tofu, what you thought about this. Are you going to try any of these recipes? And also what other foods you want me to show you in our next live cooking demo. Until the next time, take care and be blessed. We'll see you next time.